Hello and welcome to Specs. We are once again about to enter a draft here. Shadows of Innistrad. Let's see how we do.
All right. Let's see what we get for pick one here. I guess the only two options that I'm actually considering here are the Nearhath Chaplain and the Angelic Purge. And between those two, I think I'm taking the Purge here. It's a very efficient card. It gets rid of many different kinds of threats. Other than that, we do have an Inner Struggle, which is a nice removal spell, although not one of the premium ones. Likewise, for the Murderous Compulsion, Solitary Hunter is a pretty good one too. I could see myself first picking it here if the Angelic Purge weren't in this pack. I guess I maybe would take the Chaplain then. But yeah, well, take the Purge, see where that gets us. All right, all right. I've been wanting to try and record a blue white draft. This makes it likely that I can do it, but we do have a Bound by Moonsilver here that I just cannot pass. Other than that, we have an Era of Falconraz, which is one of the best uncommons for the Vampire deck. So our the guy who passed to us, he took a common. That's interesting. It was probably a Fiery Temper. I guess it's the only common that I could see myself taking from a pack like this. It should bode well for us. I mean, if he's a red, he's probably going to be a red-black. So let's go ahead and take the Bound on Silver here then. Ooh. Alright, well, maybe we will get to be blue-white after all. There's a bunch of options here. This is an amazing pack, by the way. Not taking the dead weight here. I guess my pick is either the Storm Rider Spirit, or the Ongoing Investigation. Ongoing Investigation is amazing. I really like it, even if I'm not green to activate the second ability. Just the fact that it allows you to create a clue a turn if you attack and don't get blocked, which is likely in a Spirit deck. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take it. It's too bad that this is here and not in the next pack though, because this is one of the cards that I really want for the blue-white Spirit deck. And too bad that I passed that rare guy too, but no well. Right. Here I think the pick is the Daring Sleuth. Silver Strike is not a card that I love because it only deals with. I mean, it's pretty expensive at 4 mana. It's not always that you can leave 4 mana open, and it only deals with attackers. I mean, I guess it's a fine card in a deck that relies on flyers and all. But I feel like I'm just better off taking the Daring Sleuth here. Chances are I'll have a bunch of clues in this deck from what it looks like so far. So other than that, there's a Devil Thorn Fox, and that's pretty much it. Not taking this rare, so take this Sleuth here then. All right, some pretty good options here. I mean, we are in white, and white seems to be open. Apothecary Geist or Dauntless Cathar. I think I like the Cathar a bit more because it's cheaper. It's also a human which triggers human tribal cards, and it can turn into a spirit later on. So Humble the Brute is a fine card too, although I don't really like to main deck it in this format. Solitary Hunter is nice. Hopefully the guy I'm passing to won't get into white blue spirits. And the fact that I already passed two very good blue spirits and I'm passing this might make him, get in the bandwagon. But well, what can we do? Taking the Cathar here. Alright, Fabled Inspector this late is also a good signal. There's a Nebulous of Dusk, but I think that the Inspector is generally better. Not entirely sure, but I'm willing to take it. Uh, every white deck that I make, I always like to have a bunch of these. Whereas Nimblis is more replaceable, although it's a pretty fine card too. Either way, let's take the Inspector. Okay, Harvest Hand is okay. We are bound to have a few humans to take advantage of the menace here when it turns to an equipment. And we are bound to have some flyers, meaning that we can take advantage of the fact that it turns into an equipment to pump our flyers there. So yeah, let's go ahead and take it. Alright, Perish Blade is not bad, not a bad card. Passing the Quilled Wolf. I guess I could take the Quilled Wolf just in case we end up green white. Guess we could, not necessarily into blue, and this thing is quite replaceable, I should think. But nah, so is this, right? So let's take the Perish Blade then. Right, Furtive Homunculus is not the greatest card, but I'm okay taking it there. Cathars Companion is okay, but I think I'm gonna take the Warped Landscape. I'm not sure if I want to splash for something, but I guess it's fine. Ooh, Stormrider Spirit, super late too. So, all right, I guess I can take the Eerie Interlude. And this. Okay, so this was a fine pack one, I would say. It's too bad we had to pass the rare there, the Rattle Chains. But yeah, I think Bound by Moonsilver is just a much better card. Okay, let's go to pack 2 then. Alright, well, pack 2 doesn't hold much for us. It really doesn't. I guess we could take a Duskwatch Recruiter just in case we end up green, because there isn't really anything a blue or white here that I would really want to take. This thing will probably make it back. I don't really like this guy. We don't really need this at this point. And this is not that great. Bunch of nice Vampire cards here too. But yeah, that ship has sailed, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take the Recruiter. And hope that this makes it back. I guess it's the second card that I would want the most here for my deck here. Right, another pack that is a bit underwhelming. We could take the Compelling Deterrence, Puncturing Light, we could take Vessel of Ephemera. I'm leaning towards taking the Puncturing Light here. Fast was fine, but I would rather get the removal spell, I think. While the Deterrence may make it back, I mean, it's not a card that usually goes that early in my experience. I think it's okay too, although we won't have lots of zombies here. So yeah, let's go ahead and take the Puncturing Light. See what we get past. Right, Vessel of Ephemera or Unruly Mob is the option. Are the options here. There's more than Drifter too, but I guess I like these two better. This is a fine card, by the way. Oh, it's a Spirit too, right? So maybe that's what I should take then. If we end up with some sort of Spirit Tribal component here. Although, in my experience, the Spirit Tribal component is not that great in this format. Hopefully we can get a vessel later on, or even an early mod. But here, yeah, I think this spirit here seems like, ooh, look at that. Griff's Boom. It's a card that I really like. If I have a lot of flyers, this makes this become obviously worse. But that's not the case right now here. Right? It really isn't. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Other options are the Cathar, which is a great card. We already have one. This thing is quite good too. This thing is okay. But I think I'm gonna take the Griff Spoon. We're not sure if we're blue yet. Ooh, I guess we are. Right, I'm gonna take the Storm Rider Spirit here. I don't really need the second of these. I mean, I'll take it, but at this point here, I'm gonna try to go deep on the flyers. Don't really need a second Daring Sleuth. Again, I would take it. But yeah, I guess the Storm Rider Spirit is the better option here. This one. Ooh, Sleep Paralysis is a great card. Great removal spell. Sadly, you have to pass on a True Faith Sensor, but you know, Sleep Paralysis is just a much better card, I think. Alright, Reckless Scholar. Jesus Christ, what is a Soul Swallower doing in this pack? I honestly have no idea. And I think it's a bit too late to switch to green. Especially given that that card is a double green card. Yeah, sorry, I have to take the Reckless Scholar. But yeah, that's a very good card to be here this late in the draft. Taking an Inspiring Captain, better than a Silent Observer, I think. It's another one, huh? Maybe we could take a Ghostly Wings. I'm not sure how good that will be. Yeah, another Inspiring Captain seems okay. Here we got nothing, and since we got nothing, I'm taking the land here. We may want to splash into red. So, Shard of Broken Glass. I don't know. Card that we could take here, but probably not gonna play it. Nagging Thought is okay. Seagraph Scab is bad. This is bad. Alright. Pack 2 is not that inspiring, but we did get a few nice cards here, so I'm eager to see how Pack 3 goes. Alright, so here's Pack 3, and the rare, it's a pretty good rare that we will not take here. I think what we are taking is the Apothecary Geist. We have passed a bunch of these, and this is a card that's nice to have on a Spirit heavy deck, which seems to be our case so far. There's just the Wind, which could make it back, or even an Emissary of the Sleepless, I wouldn't mind that, and I wouldn't mind this card either. So, let's go ahead and take the Geist. Alright, Geist number 2 would be okay, but, you know, I think I'm gonna take a Tenacity. I have lost games to discard, and, you know, it isn't pretty. It's quite good. It's just impossible to race. Other than that, there's the Geist, which is the obvious pick here aside from the Tenacity. There's Expose Evil, which is a fine card too. And there's a bunch of great red cards that we cannot take. Alas. Alright, Storm Rider Spirit number 3. Look at this. This thing. Look at the amount of cards for vampire decks we have here. Well, taking the Spirit, and I'm not that sad about it. Ooh, welcome to the fold. Alright, that's a good one. We don't have a lot of ways to activate it though, right? For Madness. That's a fine card even without Madness. Is there something here that we have? I don't think so. Man, it's too bad because, you know, I'm gonna try to draft ways to discard this point. Mangler is quite good too, but yeah, I'm taking this thing here. Alright, well, speaking of ways to discard that, I guess I'm taking a Skeleton Key here. Uh, there's a bunch of other cards here. Sleep Paralysis, this guy. This thing is obviously quite good, but not for our deck. There's this Spirit too. But I'm taking the Skeleton Key here because it's just good in the deck with a bunch of flyers, because it lets you, you know, draw and discard. Oh, I guess you do have a Reckless Scholar too, right? But also, yeah, I wanted for the discard portion to try and Madness that thing up. So, and we do have a nice suite of removal spells at this point here. My poor man, look at these green cards that I'm passing. Jesus, there's no one in green. I guess I wish I had I had gone to green early in the first pack, because I have quite a deck right now. I think. So here it's either pour over the pages or unruly mob. And since this is a card advantage engine that also allows me to discard, I think I'm taking that. Right, I guess I take this thing, although I don't see myself playing it. Another Griff's Boom that I don't really need. Take another Madness card here now that we have a bunch of Madness outlets. Do already have one of these. Alright, taking the Explorers, I think. Not even sure if I'm playing it. This doesn't seem that hot in a deck with as few zombies as I have. I mean, almost no zombies, I think. Maybe no zombies, straight up. So taking this guy here. Alright, Fox is fine, although again I don't think I'm playing it. Militant Inquisitor. I already have one of those. Already have a Shard of Broken Glass. No, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and hate the green card. Bit too late for that, but oh well. This I'm not exactly sure how good that is. I'll have one equipment and a half to get it against red decks to save creatures from burn. All right. All right. So we have 24 cards here. I want to take one card out to make it 23, and I don't think we can take another creature out here. We only have 13 of them. That makes me think that maybe it would be okay to take out the Griff's Boom. I mean, we have a bunch of ways to get rid of blockers already. Like we have Welcome to the Fold, we have Bound by Moonsilver, Angelic Purse, Sleep Paralysis. Or on the other hand, I could also take out the Tenacity for the same reason. But I think that Tenacity has more of a shot at actually being incredible. So I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and take out the Griff's Boom. Sad because like I do like it, but I do have a bunch of flyers. I mean, not many. Three, four, only four and five, right? Not taking the skeleton key, I don't think. I do want at least one nagging thought. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try the deck like this. Not sure if that's correct, taking out the Rift's Boom, but I gotta take something out here, and that seems like the more replaceable card here. Could also take out a Power of the Pages, but that's a fine card. The problem is we have to have 5 mana to cast it, and we already have 3 other 5 mana cards. Well, through by color. Ooh, I'm thinking 9/8 here in some configuration, perhaps 9 islands because I have a bunch of double uh, blue cards. Antigio is telling me to go 9/8 in favor of planes. I'm not sure if that's correct. I do have a turn one guy in the Thraben Inspector. No, I think I'm gonna go 9/8 in favor of islands here. Just so I can easily cast my double blue cards. Alright, well, here we are. Let's see how we do.